reproduces himself through his child, so when he leave here, he can just smile. But I see fit to stay here a while, maybe buy a timeshare somewhere, rock bumware, beach chair, write a book each year. You can write yourself out of your blessings, wreck your Lambo the first stages by driving too reckless. Time is too precious, these some obvious lessons. Please remind me to watch my step while I balance on edges, ski on the slopes of life. Slide down the Ave at night, watching them graphing graffiti on walls, that's the sight. Cars from Germany, I be pushing the fastest type. Looking at real estate, brother, I need to ask in price. Imagine another rapper making me perspire. I got more styles and more flows, plus I'm much flyer. I got more heights to reach, but I'm already higher. I'm already on to the next thing. Peace and bless, King.
What is going on? What is going on, people? It is What It Takes Monday, filming this episode. I appreciate each and one of you. I appreciate each and every one of you for checking in. I have to do this in one take. I only have this amount of time. First off, let's get to it. Monday's What It Takes. You know where we are. Keep checking in with us. Wednesdays, 12:30. It starts with me. Go check out my brother Joel with the Tenacity Foundation. Fridays, remember Community Beacon. We're talking about negotiating. We're talking about communicating. We really have to get in depth with the communication thing. You don't understand how many problems this solves if we learn how to communicate. Off the top of my head, go check out, if you haven't already, go and read or listen to or get some information on Chris Voss, Never Split the Difference. Awesome book. It talks about negotiating, but negotiating is just an higher art form of communication, and you can go learn from the very best. And then, of course, we have the male perspective. Interesting video we recorded last time was myself and Will. Shout outs to Will Whitham. He and I always have some excellent conversations. We even stayed after the show. I think I left the studio at around 11 o'clock that night. Didn't get much sleep, but it was well worth it. So go check out the male perspective on YouTube to hear a round table of a lot of men coming speaking on different issues and how we view them in this day and age. I'm going to make this real quick. We're going to have some real estate news. I really wanted to talk to you about spectrums. That was on my heart, but I'm going to have to save it as my time is running out. So we'll just talk about this real estate news. And this one specifically is for my investors. I saw this headline and my heart dropped, and then it went back up. It perked back up again. So as I'm also an investor myself, and I have some rental properties. So check this out, man. U.S. rents fall for the first time in 3 years. It's been crazy. We have a new set point really for rentals. And so it says March, the asking rents fell 0.4%. Not much, but I'm assuming if you're renting, that's enough. 1937 year to year, the lowest level in 13 months. We're starting to see this market really stabilize in regards to the rental market. But for 4 Florida cities, love living in Florida, they saw increases ranging from 0.7% to 3.9%. Since most of our real estate takes place in Florida, I'd like to let's just skip straight to Florida. It says rents rose in 4 Florida cities. In this study, none made the top 10 rent declines or rent increase. So we're right there in the middle. It says Tampa, the whole entire Tampa area went up 3.9%. I could see that. I can see a lot of people looking at Palm Beach and saying, you know what, let's go to Tampa. It's a little bit, it's cheaper. It's about $50,000 to $75,000 cheaper than this side of this side of the state, Eastern Florida. Orlando, we saw 2.0%. I can see people moving up to Orlando as well, looking at West Palm and South Florida and saying, well, how cold can it possibly get in Orlando? So that's what you have there. But then you got Jacksonville, and Jacksonville gets pretty cold from my perspective. It gets pretty cold. So that went up 1.7% to 1633. And then Miami is going to encompass Miami, Broward, West Palm, and Palm Beach counties. That's South. That's the official South Florida. After that, you're like in the Gold Coast, the Treasure Coast. Well, the Treasure Coast is next. but South Florida is Palm Beach, is Dade, Palm Beach, South Florida, forgive me, is going to encompass Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach County. It says that the rents went up $3,000. It's at 3.7% to $3,074. Now I want to know what is this? Is this like how many? I guess it's just an average of all of them, whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 4 bedrooms. I mean, you really don't see. I mean, seasonal, you'll see people renting more than 4 bedrooms, but most people don't rent. I've seen it, but most people you're not going to see renting more than 4 bedroom homes. At that point you gotta buy. I mean, you just have to, if you can. Rent surge, blah blah blah. The short-term rental market, similar to Airbnb market, is oversized. I agree. Everybody just went crazy, and then here you go. This is the issue that I've always had with Airbnbs, is that you're leaving it in the hands of your local municipality. So unless you're like really involved with it, you do it at your own risk. And I'm sure people will figure out different ways on how to get out of it. But especially when you're going to, definitely when you're dealing with an association, be very aware of that. Then after the association, you got your cities, your smaller municipalities. Be very aware of that, because they want their hands in the pot too at some point in time. You just can't make a lot of money, and the government's like, oh, that's okay. Especially if they find out about it, and this is easy to find out. You got some of them scouring the websites, and then of course you got the state. The state will probably never get involved with it. The county and the local municipalities possibly will. I think that's it, man. They give us what rents decline in what areas. Austin, Texas. People probably moving from Austin to a different state, I would imagine. Texas is a little bit different than any other state. Texas is different. You can't just go to Texas and then think you're gonna make it different. You gotta love Texas and Texans. And then you say highest year-to-year rent. Looks like a lot of people moving to the Midwest. Besides this Riverside and Denver. But other than that, look, a lot of Midwest and those middle states. All right, cool. Guys, next week, I promise I will, even before that, maybe I'll put something out before then. It's right now it's April 17th. We're in the middle of the second week of the second quarter. I hope you all are doing well. I'm definitely going to talk about spectrums. I found this so interesting, and I definitely want to share with you. But until then, listen, I appreciate you all. And I will see you next week. Love you.
A man reproduces himself through his child, so when he leave here, he can just smile. But I see fit to stay here a while, maybe buy a timeshare somewhere, rock bumwear, beach chair, write a book each year. You can write yourself out of your blessings, wreck your Lambo the first stages by driving too reckless. Time is too precious, these some obvious lessons. Please remind me to watch my step while I balance on edges, ski on the slopes of life, slide down the Ave at night, watching them graphing graffiti on walls, that's the sight. Cars from Germany, I be pushing the fastest type. Looking at real estate, brother, I need the asking price. Imagine another rapper making me perspire. I got more styles and more flows, plus I'm much flyer. I got more heights to reach, but I'm already higher. I'm already on to the next thing. Peace and bless, King.